These are the AirPods Max from Apple, an amazing pair of wireless headphones. But how are these headphones when you use them wired with lossless audio in Apple Music? Let's talk about it. How's it going, y'all? It is Ben Aqua, like the color, and y'all know that I love me some AirPods Max. I have been a huge fan of these wireless headphones since they came out. The sound quality and the build quality are excellent. I love the design of these. They're really unique. So I picked something up today at the Apple Store, finally, which is this. This is the Lightning to 3.5 millimeter audio cable. This is basically the audio cable that's the bridge to having a wired connection for your AirPods Max into your iPhone, iPad, laptop, etc. The cable itself is pretty straightforward with a lightning connector on one side and a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack on the other. And this $35, yes, $35 cable does not come with the AirPods Max. You actually have to buy this separately from Apple. So when it comes to using the AirPods Max, one of the weirdest things that Apple has ever done is release this $550 pair of wireless headphones that don't even support lossless music officially, even when you're using a cable into a device. Like, these actually don't support lossless audio. And I've been hearing from a lot of y'all, and I've read a lot on forums and watched other videos and stuff of people saying and claiming that AirPods Max using a wired connection into Apple Music will actually make the AirPods Max sound a little bit better. So I just spent several hours listening to a bunch of stuff from a playlist called Lossless Heaven, which is a playlist that I made on Apple Music. I will leave a link to that down below in the description. You should check it out. It's all a bunch of really spicy tracks that I'm continually adding, and all of them support lossless audio. Some of them even support high-res lossless audio in Apple Music. And yeah, I've been doing a bunch of A/B testing with the AirPods Max wired versus not wired. I plugged it into my MacBook Pro 14-inch, which has an amazing headphone jack, like the DAC and the amp inside the headphone jack in that MacBook Pro is stunning. It sounds really amazing. I even tried using an external DAC, which is this one, the FIO BTR5. I love this little thing. You can use it with Bluetooth or you can use it wired. So after doing a bunch of A/B testing of a wireless song versus a wired song, here's kind of my assessment of that, because honestly, I didn't hear that much of a difference between the wired version of lossless audio and then the wireless version. If you listen really extremely closely, which I really tried to do. I tried to be hypercritical of this. I can maybe hear a little bit of a difference, especially in like the trebles and maybe the stereo field. Like the trebles sound a little more crisp, a tiny bit more clean, and then the stereo field seems a little bit wider. And then I also think I'm hearing some kind of cleanliness in the mids, like a little bit more of a mid presence in the mids and especially the mid lows. And then I'm also hearing a cleaner sub bass. But honestly, y'all, it's really not that different. Like I really had to listen extremely closely just to hear any kind of minuscule difference. The thing about AirPods Max is they already sound phenomenal wirelessly. They're already doing all kinds of processing, specifically DSP, digital signal processing. They're kind of re-EQing, examining your music in real time and giving you an extremely clean and kind of powerful, punchy, very wide and detailed sound. And that's just wirelessly. That's without even the wire. Like I was listening to Bjork's Homogenic, which is a beautifully kind of separated spatial kind of sound. That album sounds phenomenal in almost any pair of headphones, even crappy ones, and especially in the AirPods Max. I think it sounds really, really good. When I tried Homogenic by Bjork using a wired connection versus the wireless connection, they sounded so similar. I honestly couldn't tell that much of a difference at all. Again, I was maybe hearing slightly crisper highs and a little bit more thick bass, but not really. It kind of sounds amazing using wired or a wired connection. So adding the wire, I think, makes these AirPods Max sound slightly better. But is it worth getting the $35 cable just for that slight change in the audio kind of timbre? For me, honestly, not really, even though it does sound a tiny bit better. I don't think it sounds substantially better, which makes me think, yeah, I need to spend another $35 on a $550 pair of AirPods Max. And just going through that Lossless Heaven playlist on Apple Music, every song basically sounded almost exactly the same using a wired or a wireless connection to me on the AirPods Max. And it's kind of strange because I read a lot of stuff, especially on Reddit, where people were really, adamant in claiming that it sounds super different using a cable versus using the wireless AirPods Max. I don't know, y'all. I'm not really hearing it. I think you're gonna hear more of a substantial difference if you use other pairs of headphones that do support officially lossless audio. Like for example, the FIO FH3. I love those headphones. They're a pair of IEMs in-ear monitors. I've talked about them a bunch on my channel. I think those sound phenomenal. And I think with a pair of headphones like that are officially rated to have high-res lossless audio support, with those headphones, I can totally hear the difference between an AAC Bluetooth stream and then the wired connection with the FH3s. I think one of the benefits of using a wired connection with the AirPods Max is of course a lower latency because there's no Bluetooth lag between, what you're seeing on a screen versus what you actually hear in these headphones. But when it comes to lossless audio in Apple Music using the AirPods Max, I personally don't think it's really necessary to get that cable. I don't think it makes that much of a difference, and it's not even officially supported by Apple, which kind of blows my mind still that they would release these expensive ass headphones and then they would make you buy a $35 cable, and then they say that you can't even get officially lossless audio. You can get close to lossless audio, they say, but not officially lossless audio through these headphones because of the conversion process. It's kind of a shame because I thought that there would be a really crisp, amazing difference between the wired connection and wireless, but I honestly can't really say that there's that much of a difference. But if you beg to differ, or if you've tried this out yourself, the wired versus wireless thing with the AirPods Max, let me know down in the comments, like, does it really make that much of a difference for you? Or do you think it's kind of just like snake oil? Smash the like button if you enjoyed this video, and be sure to subscribe as well if you're not already, and also add me on Twitter and Instagram at B3NAQUA. Hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next one.